Hi there, it's Sam from pootles.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have a lipstick box holder tutorial for you. I don't know if I have more lipsticks than the average girl, quite possibly. I work as a makeup artist, but I don't think I do really. And if your dresser drawer is anything like mine, these tend to get just dumped, strewn and thrown in there, and they get covered in powder and other bits of makeup. And actually I have cleaned all of these before I put them on camera, but I know that it's a little bit of a problem sometimes, you know, holding lipsticks and things. If you're very lucky, you could maybe find an acrylic holder. I'm not going to hold this in camera too long because it's a bit grubby. I got this maybe 8-9 years ago and it cost me a lot of money then, about 15 or 16 pounds. Let me move that out of the way. But you know, they are practically impossible to find, particularly here in the UK. So I wanted to come up with a box that would hold quite a few lipsticks and would look pretty on a dresser. Now I'm going to unceremoniously dump all of those out so you can see how it is. It's a 3x3, 9 square little holes. And if you hang on to the end, I will show you what else will fit in here. But I wanted to make this using as little cardstock as possible, and that was kind of, you know, thinking about the £15 acrylic holder that I had and making it as inexpensive but as beautiful as possible. And this uses a piece of cardstock that measures 6 by 12 inches. So basically half of one of our 12 by 12 sheets. And I've cut it down into 6 by 6, 3 by 6, and then 2 lots of 3 by 2. So it's quite simple. This is actually Coordinations cardstock, only because I didn't have any crumb cake in ordinary 12 by 12, but it doesn't really matter. The scoring is very simple. It's 1.5 inches all the way round, which in metric is, I think that's 38 centimetres. So I'm going to make it simpler on myself, just so I'm not, actually, you know what, I will just do it here. It's 1.5 inches all the way round. So there you go, 1.5 inches all the way round. And what that will leave you is a 3 by 3 little square in the middle. I'm going to do the other pieces here. This is the 6 by 3, and along the long side, you just score it at 1 inch all the way along. So that's 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, and I can't even work out what my 2.5s are. 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, 12.5 centimetres. So basically 1 inch all the way along. And then 2 of these little sections, we're going to hang on to one with the short side at the top, score 1 inch all the way down, and then bring it around and just notch it at the 1 and 2 inch marks, so at the 2.5 and 5 centimetre marks. This would be 15 centimetres. So just like that. And then I've already got my piece of designer series paper. It's 12 inches long and it's what is it, 1 1/4 inch? 1 1/4. And all I've done is I've scored it at 3, 6 and 9. So that's the scoring out of the way. We can start building the box now. And all you do is you just snip and cut just a tiny little notch out, just to make it easier for folding. Oh, that's fallen itself out. So, and then round here. I'll try and do this quickly for the purposes of the video, trying not to cut myself as I did the other day. Fold up the score lines. Actually, you know what? I want the textured bit inside. With Coordinations cardstock, you can rub it with a little sanding block, and it will expose the layer. I'm not bothered about that today. For me, it's just about the colour. So, like that, and then we want these small little squares to go inside. So I've got some liquid glue, ever faithful Tombow. Always seems to gum itself up. So a little squodge on there, and hold that. And I did have some binder clips. I'll just grab those because I don't want this to pop open just going to hold these in place. There we go. Another bit on that side. And then the same around here. You know what, we'll work 2 at a time today. There we go. Just leave that to dry for a minute. Actually, you know what, I might have another one. Oops, just throw them around. Right, let's work on these bits. So this is the 6x3, and I want to fold it in a particular way. So you fold, starting from left to right, fold down, fold up but open, fold up, fold down, fold up and open. And actually what you've created is that sort of shape. And I want to put some more glue in here. So these bits that are pointing up, these sort of triangular bits, a little bit of glue there. Oh, this is where I'm going to run out of these clips now. Pinch that one for now. Just to hold that shut. And the same on this one here. So this is the other pointy up triangly bit. Pointy up triangly bit. You know what I mean. Another one of these binder clips, just to hold that closed. That one doesn't want to stick today. This is where I've been a bit too quick with the glue. So let's just hold those for a minute. Then these sections here, simply fold them in half. And the same here, stick them down. More glue. I possibly need more binder clips. That pot was full a couple of days ago. I'm sure my children borrow them for things. Some more on here. Just wedge that shut for a second. Right. So then we've got those bits going. While that's just drying down, I'm going to wrap this section around. So this is my 12 by 1 1/4 card designer series paper. I'm just going to use snail on this just for speed. So one bit, it's whoops, all over my top worktop. So you just kind of eyeball it, don't press it down, because obviously we want to make sure that it lines up all the way round first. Pull that over. So that's lined up all the way round. Hopefully that should be drying down nicely now. Right, the little notches that we put in before, you just need to snip a little more than halfway and cut a little triangle out. You do that on both of them. So like I say, just a little bit more than halfway. And then this one here, we want to cut through these 2 bits that we've glued. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to eyeball it. And again, a little over halfway. And the same with this one. So this is the other bit that we've glued. Right, more liquid glue. So this, we're going to do it not on the bits with the little notches we've cut out, those two sections there. And you need to push this bit so it's as close up to this side as possible. And you can see, hopefully, if I move my fingers out of the way, the shape that I'm creating. Okay, these ones will just slot in. They will slot into the slots we've cut. So we've got these ones at the bottom and those slots at the top. And that will slot in there. Tie a little bit of ribbon. This is the crumb caked, is this seam binding? Can't remember. Seam binding ribbon. And I want to be as far away from the back as possible. I'm going to do a knot because I'm aware of time. But it doesn't really matter. And then I've got a little bit left over. What do I do with it? I stamp on it. And I have got fabulous phrases. And I've got beautiful. Couldn't be anything else because it's lipstick. And actually, you know what, even though I'm a makeup artist, I do believe everybody's beautiful anyway. So I'm going to bring that down towards the bottom. That didn't come out very well. It'll have to do because I can't turn it over. And then I have got my word window. Just going to line that up. This was the spare bit of cardstock. The last bit of 2x3. A couple of dimensionals. So one on the back there. One on the back of that. So that over there. Over that, just pop it on somewhere. Oops, doesn't matter where. I think I'll just tuck that under a little bit, and then bring in your lipsticks, or for those of you who've hung around right to the end, look what else fits. Reinkers. We love this. This was actually not intentional, but it was a nice surprise. And obviously you can fit 9 in here. And our reinkers come in sets of 10, or the neutrals come in sets of 8. So I am working on a way to manage to get all 48 of our reinkers to fit. So I'm working on a project at the moment, but look at that, reinkers or lipstick, whatever you fancy. And you can see it holds quite big lipsticks. The Estee Lauder ones are pretty hefty size, and it fits them all beautifully. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked the project, and I look forward to seeing them on dressing tables all around the place. Thank you, and I hope to hear from you soon. Bye.